Hey guys, welcome back to another episode, another late night episode of the horror movie review with Daniel Richardson. I'm, I'm Daniel Richardson. So, anyways, let's get into this, shall we? This past week, it was announced that they're going to be doing another horror film in I guess, the rebooted Dark Universe, the Monsterverse, Dark Monsterverse. I don't know what they're calling it now. I know the Monsterverse is the Godzilla King Kong thing, so Dark Universe, I guess, or Dark. I don't know. Universal Monsters is what I'm getting at. But kind of an interesting thing, they're going with the side character, going with Renfield, which I'm interested in. I'm curious to see. I think that's kind of a neat concept right there. And they're going to set it modern day, they said. So that's another kind of cool thing. We're not going to get into just boring period piece. I'm fucking sick of period pieces. Let's make this shit contemporary. From here on out, just everything contemporary. Anyway, so yeah, I'm pumped about that. I love that they're just going in wacky, different directions completely with this new, revamped version of the Dark Universe. So, yes, that's freaking awesome. And yeah, we're going to move on now to, we got Knives Out 2, which I guess is coming to Netflix. I guess Netflix has the rights to not just Knives Out 2, but Knives Out 3 as well. And the cast just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Daniel Craig's going to return as the Southern Fried, Country Fried. He's like Colonel Sanders. I do declare. Kind of lawyer. It's like Colonel Sanders and like Andy Griffith fucked and had a kid. And it's Daniel Craig in these movies. Anyways, but it just announced that my boy Ed Norton is joining the cast. And so is Batista. How awesome is that? So yeah, kind of pumped about that. So I really liked the first Knives Out movie. I think Rian Johnson's a great director. I wasn't big on Looper. I didn't watch the Star Wars movie because I don't watch Star Wars. Because pew pew. I'm just not into it. Anyways, so they dropped the trailer this past week for the Forever Purge. I'll tell you right now, I am pretty fucking pumped about this. I am digging the concept. I was saying that for years. When the first Purge movie came out, I was like, what happens like when that alarm goes off? Like you're in the middle of a dark alley, or I guess a light alley since it's the next day. But like you're in an alley, you're standing over a person, gets a gun to their head, and then the alarm goes on. Alright, crime is now back to being illegal. And you just pop him one right there. And no one's around to see you. What's stopping you from doing that? I guess it's the morale, the morals that you're supposed to have gained from purging once a year. But here in the Forever Purge, you got a group of clearly racist, white nationalists who decide, what, fuck it, we're not gonna stop anymore. We're cowboys, and they just start purging continuously. Now they're like, we're never going to stop. It's going to be Forever Purge. So I'm pumped for that. I like that idea. I'm all in. Let's do it. So yeah, Forever Purge. Pumped. Oh, for fuck's sake. This next story is half freaking fataded. Bring It On. There's a new movie coming out. It's going on the Sci-Fi Channel. Because of course it's on the Sci-Fi Channel. It's Bring It On Halloween. Go fuck yourself. That's ridiculous. Apparently they're having cheer practice on Halloween in like an old gymnasium. And they start vanishing one by one. That's how they put it. The girls start to disappear one by one. I'm thinking like, they're not going to die. They're not going to literally take this into super horror territory. This is going to be like April Fool's Day or Cry Wolf. Probably more like April Fool's Day because Cry Wolf actually had someone die. But, this one probably won't. But yeah, like literally, it's just gonna be just I don't know. Like what's going on back there? What the hell was that? Anyways, yeah, no, Bring It On Halloween. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's stupid. They're still making these movies. They're still making them. That's ridiculous. Anyways, and finally, it was announced that The Northman, the new movie from Roger Eggers, I won't say it's Eggers, the guy behind The Witch. Or Vivitch, if you please, and The Lighthouse. It's his third in his little trilogy of horror. Viking Revenge movie. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. I ate some pizza earlier and I'm chugging it with Big Red, and now it's just like, Indigestion City. Anyways, this movie's been pushed back to 2022. I told you it was a late one, so I apologize. Anyways, but no, it got pushed back to 2022, so, gotta wait a little bit longer for that, but I'm pumped. I don't care. Lighthouse is amazing. The Witch was great. I'm down. I'm just down. I don't care at this point. So, The Northman. All right. So let's talk about a couple movies coming out this weekend. And in fact, this may just be a repeat for some of you guys. If anybody who listened to the half-hour bullshit podcast that me and Josh did earlier in the week, no, it was last week. You can check that out and get a full, scoop of, what we think of these upcoming movies for the entire month. But here's a little sample size, because this is what's coming out this weekend. We're going to start things off with Spiral. Spiral. Oh, I'm so pumped. Basically, there is another killer out there who's killing in the style of Jigsaw. And now they're going to try to crack the case. I'm pumped. That's all I got to say. I'm a huge Saw fan. We're actually rewatching the entire series right now. We're going to watch 6 next, so we're over the halfway mark right now. But anyways, no, really pumped. The only thing I don't like. See, I really like Jigsaw. I thought Jigsaw was a good movie. I just hate that they just kind of dropped the entire cult of Jigsaw from Part 7, and it's just like a loose thread that just never got picked up. And we know, Jigsaw, it was like kind of promoted as a remake. Reboot, I guess it's still a reboot, but it was meant to be, make you think like, oh, this is a standalone movie by itself. It's like, no, it's still tied into the original series, and this one seems to be doing the same thing. So it's like, are you guys gonna finally pull the trigger on this, or are we gonna pretend like it's Glenn Glenda from the Chucky series and it just never happened? Like literally gets 2 movies and it was like, we made a mistake. He doesn't exist now. So anyways, but yeah, Spiral, I'm pumped. It has Chris Rock and Sam Jackson. Enough said. Enough said. And finally, The Djinn, which, boy who is mute or deaf, I don't know. Deaf mute? He's not deaf mute. I'm going to say deaf. He's in an apartment and by himself, kind of left at home during the day. And, or is he by himself? Because guess what? Apparently the Djinn's in there and it's going to grant him a wish. And I'm sure he's going to wish for his hearing. Or if he's mute, he's going to wish to talk. Either way, guess what? It comes at a price. His fucking soul. I just don't care at all. I'm sorry. Seems kind of boring to me. But you know what? If you guys watch it out there, let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. I'm all over for it. I'm all over for it. So you know what? Before I just completely pass out here, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the main event, which I sure as hell didn't mention what it was in the beginning, but you click the link, that's how YouTube works, and it's in the title. So the movie we're reviewing this week, or this month, from 2009, it's The Haunted World of El Superbeasto. Basically, he is out of shape, has been Mexican wrestler, luchador, and his sister, who's just crazy, big titty, eye patch wearing, sex fiend girl, are teaming up to take on like Nazis and Dr. Satan from the Devil's Rejects franchise. I guess he's over from one movie, the House of Thousand Corpses, but still, yeah, fighting Dr. Satan, and there's a stripper with the Mark of the Beast on her, kind of thing. So yeah, that's the set of the movie. So this is Rob Zombie. He directed this. I'm sure he had other people who helped him direct it because, I know he's a very talented drawer, artist. But once I remember reading that somewhere where there was like actually a handful of directors that actually kind of handled this with him. So I'm sure he was just kind of in control of it. But either way, this is a Rob Zombie film, and it's a cartoon. I didn't know what to expect the first time I watched it. And I just remember watching it and just not being that big on it. And even now, not that big on it. It's okay. I feel like it's a movie that if I would have watched it as a kid, I would have fucking loved it. It reminds me of like Heavy Metal in a certain sense that it's the cartoon, there's adult themes, but it's got titties in it. It's got lots of titties. And so as a kid, when I saw Heavy Metal for the first time, I just remember thinking like, holy shit, like I don't even remember the plot, I'm just like, titties. Fucking titties and bush, lots of bush. I was kind of surprised about that, being like a 8 or 9 year. I don't know how I was when I watched that. I was really young. What are you when you're in third grade? I was like 8 years old, maybe 7 or 8. Either way, I watched heavy metal when I was in third grade. And anyways, it's like holy shit, loved it. Like didn't know about the plot hardly. Like literally, I liked it because of titties. I was like at that age, I was like, oh shit, titties, and that's it. And I feel like that's what this movie would be if I would have watched it at that age. I would have been like, holy shit, it's a classic. It's not a classic. It just has titties in it. And that's how I feel about heavy metal. I'm like heavy metal's decent, but it's like I think that's why people like it because they watched it when they were little and they're at that age, and you're like titties. There's been that though. Heavy metal, for the most part, it had a lot of, I guess, humor in it. It was definitely geared towards adults, and this one, I mean, clearly it's geared toward adults because it's Rob Zombie. It's got titties and other stuff. But it's like the humor is so juvenile, like on a dumb level. Like it reminds me of, like you're watching, like even the animation's kind of like that. It reminds me of, like watching Ren and Stimpy. Like Ren and Stimpy, didn't they go like R-rated? Ren and Stimpy, like we went down on Spike TV for a minute, and it was like rated TVMA. I didn't watch it. I was never a big Ren and Stimpy fan, but it just reminded me of that kind of humor, just kind of dumb. I don't know. It's weird because I feel like I don't know who the target audience would be. It was like maybe like tweens, possibly like male tweens. Because I'm thinking like the humor and the animation has like this Saturday morning kind of whatever charm to it. And then just like really juvenile humor. So it's like that's clearly aimed at like kids. But then it's got titties and cursing aimed at adults. So you just kind of find the middle ground there. And not even adults, just like, I don't know. I can't imagine too many people were just like, this is great. I've yet to really look at like the IMDb user reviews. Like fuck critics. Critics suck, but like user review, that's where you gotta go. This is what the people think. I don't know. I'm curious what this has on IMDb at all, but I don't know. And this is the second time I watched it. I've only seen it twice, and I actually got rid of it. I did a purge of my own of my DVD collection, and it was one of them I got rid of, and then I was like, shit, I want to review it. I found a bootleg site. We're good. Internet. And anyways, I watched it again, and it was just like, man, this is just it's dull. It's not that funny. Like it's humorous, I guess, but I don't know. And maybe I'm just too old and serious now. But when I watched it, I don't know how old I was. I was in my mid-20s. It was a long time ago. I didn't like it then. So I don't know. I'm not that big on it. I honestly I don't like it. I'm just not big on it. Once again, if it's your thing, cool. I feel like I don't do drugs. I feel like if I was just a fucking stoner, I'd probably be all into it. Or if I just never grew up and had like that frat boy mentality and was like, hey, look, titties, and there's just jokes about hitting people in the nuts, hilarious, I'd be all about it, but I'm just not. Anyways, if you saw it, let me know what you guys think about it down there. Like no one talks about this at all. Like this is kind of like that weird dark blemish on the Rob Zombie. Like people talk about Halloween 2 all the fucking time. It's not good, but they talk about it. They don't even talk about it. Like this is just like that forgotten fucking bastard stepson that just no one talks about. And he's out in Wyoming. He has a wife and kids, and he doesn't visit. The parents don't care. Like they prefer this way. And then when the dad dies, he shows up for the funeral, and then fucks off after that. He wasn't even in the will, and he's a little hurt by that. He goes to the funeral. He goes to the will reading, and turns out he didn't get shit. And he wasn't expecting anything, but he still kind of hurts. He's like, man, I was his son. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get nothing at all. I didn't even want anything, but just the idea, And anyways, I went in the weeds on that one, guys. Sorry about that. Anyways, but yeah, this is just like a forgotten thing. And no one talks about this. Like when people are ranking Rob Zombie movies, they don't even get brought up. It's just like it's a fucking cartoon. Doesn't count. So I don't know. But guys, you guys see it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's all I got this month. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.